In the last section of East meets West, let's focus on one of the key elements of Chinese cuisine culture, chopsticks. Chopsticks, or kuaizi in Chinese, are a unique eating utensil invented by the ancient Chinese. Today, among the various eating utensils available, chopsticks best embody Chinese cultural characteristics, becoming an important symbol of Chinese tradition. It's believed the first chopsticks were developed over 5,000 years ago in China. The earliest evidence of a pair of chopsticks made out of bronze was excavated from the ruins of Yin near Anyang, Henan province, dating back to roughly 1200 BC. Chopsticks can be made of different materials, such as ivory, bronze, gold, silver, wood, or bamboo. In history, silver chopsticks could be used as the detection of poison in food. Today, food or bamboo chopsticks are the most popular in Chinese daily life. Though simple and little, they are a great invention in the history of mankind. Chopsticks, although only two pieces of wood, represent the leverage theory in physics, Dr. Li Zhengdao stated. He's a famous Chinese physicist in China. According to modern science, a long-standing use of chopsticks makes fingers flexible, which is beneficial for physical and mental health. Has this question ever come to your mind? Why the Chinese invented and used chopsticks instead of knives and forks like the Westerners? There are several reasons, according to some scholars. First, the Chinese were taught to use chopsticks long before spoons and forks were invented in Europe. The knife is older, not as an instrument for dining, but as a weapon. The Chinese have been using chopsticks for 5,000 years. People cooked their food in large pots. Capable of reaching deep into boiling pots of water or oil, early chopsticks were used mainly for cooking. They were originally used to stir, move, or grab food from a pot or out of a fire while cooking. Over time, Chinese people began to use chopsticks for eating, not just cooking. Since the Chinese are accustomed to using pottery and prefer boiled food, and China has abundant bamboo and wood, these factors together constitute the basic condition for the invention of chopsticks. Another reason why chopsticks can take root in Chinese society instead of spoons and knives may be that, as contemporary scholars pointed out, only chopsticks can allow people to eat from the same plate. With a knife, fork, or spoon, people can only eat separately. But among different explanations, there is one theory attributing the use of chopsticks to the teaching of the great scholar Confucius. As a vegetarian himself, Confucius believed knives would remind people of slaughterhouses and were too violent for use at the table. Chinese people, under the influence of Confucianism, considered the knife and fork bearing sort of violence, like cold weapons. However, chopsticks reflect gentleness and benevolence, the main moral teachings of Confucianism. Therefore, instruments used for killing must be banned from the dining table, and that is why Chinese food is always chopped into bite size before it reaches the table. Thanks in part to Confucius' teachings, chopstick use quickly became widespread throughout not only China, but whole Asia. From this, you can see chopsticks reflect the fundamental characteristics of Chinese living philosophy and values, which center heavily on peace, harmony, gentleness, and benevolence. Okay, it's time to wrap up this class. We have learned the history and the philosophical principles of Chinese culinary culture, the three essential factors of Chinese cuisine, and we have experienced some representative cuisine in China. But for Chinese, food is never just the food. Food is also about bonding of families, and food defines who we are as a family and as a nation. Thank you.